Welcome back, everybody. Matt the Bat here. Hope you're doing well. Today is the 20th, that's right, 20th anniversary of Shrek 2. Hence the green. Hey. My favorite animated films. I think it's maybe even better than the original. It's funnier. This was one of the most anticipated movies of 2004. This started off the crazy year of sequels to popular original films. It was like the first one out of the gate, and it was a huge success, both critically and financially. This movie upped the ante of the original, from pop culture references to humor to expanding the world, the Shrek universe, to adding new characters that have now gone on even further to have their own solo films, and we'll get to that character in a minute. The soundtrack for this I thought was even better than in the original. This is a home run sequel. And I don't think people talk about like one of the best animated sequels of all time. I would put Shrek 2 easily in there. A lot of people go to the Toy Story movies. Toy Story 2. I think Toy Story 3 is the best out of the sequels. But like I said, nobody really talked about Shrek 2 as much. I don't know why. Maybe because the Shrek universe has been out for a while. They've been talking about a Shrek 5 for years. But let's get into it. I think the number one thing is the pop culture references. We had that great montage at the beginning of the movie with the song Accidentally in Love with Shrek and Fiona. And in there they have so many pop culture references, from Lord of the Rings to The Little Mermaid, when they're on the beach and the waves come up and we see Shrek with Ariel, and Fiona just grabs her by the tail, throws her out back in the ocean, and the sharks get her. There's stuff in this Shrek movie they would never do today, even in the original Shrek movie. I know it took me a while. You know, when you're a kid, you don't get all the adult humor. I still remember when I was finally, when my brain finally turned on, that whole song with the seven dwarves in the first Shrek, and they had that one line in that song, and she likes to give head. Yeah, back when you're a kid, that goes way over your head. But then when you're an adult and you watch that movie, you go, they got away with that? They got away with that? Oh my god. This movie's awesome. And that and stuff you see in Shrek 2, like with Pinocchio, when they're trying to get out, when Shrek and Donkey are in jail with Puss in Boots, and they get Pinocchio to come down for his nose to get long so they can get out. Shrek's like, say you're wearing women's underwear. And he's like, And then Gingerbread goes up to him, it's a song. That would never go. That would never happen today. Stuff like that. And then when the fairy godmother's singing her song, and we have a Marilyn Monroe reference with Fiona's dress going up, or when the fairy godmother says, he's singing her song, and he's like, and you can spoon on the moon, and it's like, is she talking about spooning? Yeah, she is. Okay. That's the time. Then you got your pop culture reference, Spider-Man reference with Shrek upside down in the mud, and Fiona wipes it off and kisses him upside down. You obviously got Mission Impossible reference with Pinocchio coming down and you had the Mission Impossible theme. Godzilla with the gingerbread man, the giant. Mongo! Go, Mongo! Obviously, that's a reference to Blazing Saddles. Another thing that would never go today. You also got Zorro, like I said, Marilyn Monroe, OJ, which I didn't get back in the day because I was an idiot. When they have them on the news, yeah, we're following a white Bronco heading down far, far away road. Um, a reference to OJ. I don't think they would have that in movies today. Kid movies. So it's like that's the fun of even going back and watching this movie as an adult. Now you can notice all the references that when you were a kid went way over your head. One of the best characters in animation, Puss in Boots. Even that name that probably wouldn't go down today. Yeah, we're gonna name a character Puss in Boots. And then even he has a wise, a raunchy mouth a little bit. When Donkey's like, hey, I'm a noble steed now, you know. And Puss looked at him and goes, you're still an ass. I mean, he literally says, yeah, but you're still an ass. I mean, that wouldn't fly today. Now they got Puss in Boots, who was a homage to Zorro. They even got Antonio Banderas to come in and voice the role. And he's still voicing the role. Like I said, we just had the last Puss in Boots movie, Puss in Boots and the Last Wish in 2022. Really good movie. But, and obviously that was an homage to Zorro with Antonio Banderas. You gotta remember at the time, there was only one Zorro movie, The Mask of Zorro. This was before the sequel, The Legend of Zorro, that came in '05. So, to a lot of people, that was like our only new interpretation of Zorro. That's only our return of Antonio Banderas as Zorro is in this cat. Like I said, the soundtrack in this is great. They can start with like Accidentally in Love, which is a great catchy tune at the beginning. Changes. Changes. That was once Shrek became a human. And all the women utilizing him, gargling over him. That scene where all the women kind of fondle over him, grab him, and touch him. And they have that one girl, I want to take something off. I mean, like the stuff like that, you're not going to get in animated movies today. The Shrek movies were, they really toed that line. And then you have like, the fairy godmother in the third act singing I Need a Hero. I need a hero. That was a great moment too in the movie. And then they also twisted the whole fairy tale mythos, if you will. You see so many fairy tale princesses. Like they have the Little Mermaid getting thrown back in the water, and the sharks eating her. You have Sleeping Beauty coming out of the carousel or the magic pumpkin, I don't know. And she just falls down because she's tired, like she's drunk. You have Hansel and Gretel, and you have the announcer, what's with all the breadcrumbs? And even the fairy godmother, you think, oh, this is going to be a nice fairy godmother like in Cinderella and all that. No, she's an evil fairy godmother. So I like how they twist the fairy tale legend mythos. This movie's only an hour and 22 minutes. It's a great beginning, middle, and end. Doesn't stay too long. And it's only 82 minutes. Can't go wrong with that. And like I said, Andrew Adamson returned as director. He did the original Shrek. Now, for the life of me, I do not know where this director went. He did the first two Shrek movies. Then he did the Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. And then he did the sequel, Prince Caspian, and then he disappeared. He started off two great franchises, and then disappeared. I don't know. I don't know what happened to him. He just vanished. Oh no, they also had a great ensemble cast. You have Julia Andrews as the Queen, Princess Fiona's mom. Julia Andrews, Sound of Music, Mary Poppins, Queen of Genovia, Princess Diaries. You have John Cleese as the King. You have, I think you have Antonio Banderas. You have Rupert Everett as Prince Charming. Oh, by the way, I don't know about you, but if you go back and watch Shrek 2 now, I'm not going to lie, I felt like I was hearing Chris Hemsworth as Prince Charming the whole movie, as if he's talking like Thor. And I was like, oh my god, that sounds like Chris Hemsworth. But it's actually Rupert Everett from like My Best Friend's Wedding and all that. And I'm like, dude, that sounds like Chris Hemsworth now. It's a great movie. I think it's a great sequel. Great animated film. The humor still holds up. The soundtrack holds up. Puss in Boots became one of the best characters from this movie. And has gone on to get his own solo movies. So yeah, have you seen... And also, you gotta remember at the end when they had their little karaoke dance, Ricky Martin was a huge, huge popular name back then. And we had the Viva Loca. Living the Viva Loca. So yeah, a lot of nostalgia from back then. Still a movie that really holds up. Not only as an animated film, but as a sequel to a beloved original. So let me know in the comments below, are you a fan of Shrek 2? I think this is one of the best sequels, animated sequels, still 20 years today. Let me know in the comments below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, Matt the Bat.